Look at this. Just look at this. That is freaking amazing. Hello world, it's your Unkle Heavy. Today I'm on location in Niagara Falls, Ontario. This behind me is the Niagara Parks Power Station. It's a former hydroelectric plant that's been decommissioned for years. Recently they've changed it over to be a museum that you can actually explore, and we're gonna get to walk down the tunnel that was the exit way for the Spillway when it went through generations. So, I've been wanting to do this place since it opened. I finally made it over here to Canada to do it. Really, really excited. Already got my tickets. Let's go see what kind of trouble I can get into. Do come along. Not sure how well you can see it, but that's our final destination today. Oh yeah. We're touring the falls from down below. I've discovered when walking in these crowds like this, everybody's busy being a tourist. Honestly, your best bet is to just smile and be passive and let people go around you. It's so much less stressful. It makes everybody's day a lot better. Gotta get my famous panoramic. I know I repeat a lot of these shots from vlog to vlog, but I don't know. Maybe it's more for me than it is the viewer, but I always just love stopping to take a video. Never gets boring. Never gets boring. Yep. That's where we're headed now. Look at the view that we're gonna have, and I'm just so excited. This is something new for me. I can't wait to get down there. No matter how many times I come here, I gotta get the selfie in front of the falls. That's what I do. That's what my channel lives on. This is what it's all about. Typically when I film these vlogs, I've done the activity before, but today, this is gonna be a first for me. So I have to find out where the heck I'm going first in this mass of people. I think we're going in there. Starting to get a bit misty around here because we're right by the falls. But yeah, I think that's where we want to go. Gotta do the photo op. This isn't really the tunnel. This is actually, it's fake. Look, see, it's actually fake. It wasn't real, but I had to do it. There's currently water falling from the sky and hitting me. Not sure if it's rain or it's mist from the falls, because falls are right over there, but either way, I think I'm going indoors for a little bit. Hopefully if this is a rainstorm, it's gonna pass. Go away. So I've never actually filmed the Canadian Horseshoe Falls from this side of the falls. I'm always over there. But I've never actually made the complete loop and come to this side of the river. Kind of a cool experience. I believe I found the place I'm looking for. And there are an awful lot of geese hanging out here. They heard I was coming and wanted to meet me. Guys, I'll line up for autographs in a second. Just let me go ahead and film this first. The Niagara Power Plant originally got its start in 1905. Known then as the Rankin Generation Station, it was an engineering marvel of its time. It housed 11 vertical axle generators which harnessed the power of the Niagara River to generate 100 megavolt amps at peak capacity. The plant operated until 2006 when it was finally decommissioned after over 101 years of operation. In 2021, the Niagara Parks Commission opened the plant as a museum. Today, tourists can see the nearly perfectly preserved equipment as well as take a 180-foot descent down into the spill tunnel and walk its 2,200 feet to an observation deck with breathtaking views of the Canadian Horseshoe Falls. In its first year of operation, the power plant welcomed over 200,000 guests. Now this says it's a sculpture, but I believe it's a dynamo maybe? Or formerly a dynamo? I am not entirely sure. I think it was once a dynamo. Pretty impressive, whatever it is. Yeah, I think this was one of many dynamos that were here. Not sure. Whatever it is, it looks pretty darn cool. So this is the power station, and it's actually housed in the former power station here, and that's what we're going to go see today, the tunnel. And this as well. I mean, this is a whole museum dedicated to hydroelectric. Here on the side of the power plant, you can see where the water crosses over from the river just above the falls. And over there are the intakes to the building. And I believe when we get in there, we'll be able to see where that water actually goes into the building. I'm guessing this is just spillway here, but there's another very cool shot of the power plant. Pretty impressive from the outside, I have to say. One of the canals here bringing the water to, or away, or overflow. I'm not exactly sure. It's doing something with the water to the power plant. Let's go in. Ooh, smells like Disney World. Gonna do the dramatic entrance here. Show you this facility. It smells very mechanical in here. And looking pretty cool so far. All right, I gotta go check in and get a badge. So although nothing is labeled here, I'm thinking this must be a dynamo here. And now this is more along the lines of what I thought it would be the size. You can see, quite enormous. Wow, look at these wrenches here. My goodness, that is a huge wrench. And it's considered an antique artifact too. But yeah, you definitely had some big nuts and bolts to turn with these. I almost missed all this up here. Look at this. I did, I missed this when I came in. Very cool. So I'm just making the connection now. I believe these are all dynamos going all the way down this warehouse. Wow. These are what turn to make that electricity. Look at all this. They say that they're feeders, resistors. They were nice enough to give me a map, and I'll bet you if I open it up and look, it's going to explain what all these things are. I'm so dumb like that sometimes. This is a working model of where we are right now, and it just goes to show how far down we're going to be going to see how the system made power. But we have a working model right here. At the top you can see the spinning dynamo, and that shaft went like, wow, a lot of time down below. Water goes to the impeller, travels all the way up this shaft to one of these dynamos up here, and it generates electricity. And that's what we're seeing here today. Pretty amazing. I'm glad I have some people in front of these dynamos here so you can see for scale how incredibly large they are. I mean, they're enormous. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting 8 of them here. 8 dynamos. Incredible. I'm guessing this is how it turned on and off. You think if I move that right now, the water will spill out the spillway? I doubt it. This is all looking nice and steampunk for me. Love the gauges, love the brass. Love all the valves. So another visitor already switched this, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Oh my goodness. Like, wait, oh, I forgot to turn it on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put a working valve here, but you never know. Ooh. Now, does the big one turn? Oh, the big one turns too. Oh yeah. It looks like we've got some sort of interactive exhibit here. A bunch of knife switches. Well, ready for my training? Yes. Oh, you have to swipe to the left on the bottom. Okay, now we figured out how it's working. Okay.
So, you want to take over control. I love your enthusiasm. But running a power station is something that takes years of experience and training. Take this control panel, for instance. Could you even begin to figure out what it does? Didn't think so.
Nope.
Then again, I didn't know much on my first day here. So maybe you'll surprise me.
So now this is actually called a penstock. It was the tubes that brought the water down to the turbines. And it was approximately 10-foot diameter. But pretty enormous. Look at the size of this thing. This was just the water going down to the turbine. Incredible. This looks like it's a portable electric arc welder for, well, repairing cable. This was a voltage tester. They're basically just huge resistors filled with oil, and they would test the power. That's some old cable right there. Old cable. This looks like more modern equipment that, you know, start, lower, raise. I don't even know what I'm doing here or what these do, but they're really cool. Maintenance mode, put the brakes on, stop them off. Well, now we're on manual. I don't know. I'll have to check and see exactly when this power plant was decommissioned, but it looks like some pretty modern equipment right there. Well, this looks like the old elevator. I wonder if I can get in here and close the door. Nah, they don't let you close the door. Still, kind of a tiny elevator. Yeah, very small. Well, here's the view out the back window. Looks like we're kind of on the river, but we're not. We're just outside the river. I think the falls are just on the other side of that. Yeah, you can see the mist where that car is right now. The falls are just over there. Here are the intakes right in this building here. This is what they were talking about. The screens that stop the debris from coming into the dynamos. And they would have to raise these and clean the plants off of them because it became so clogged with plants. That's kind of cool. We're right here. You get a nice little gift store here too with some snacks, coffee and drinks, headphones if you need them. And it looks like there's a 180-foot elevator ride down to the tunnel. I think we're going to take the next one. Looks like you can actually see the operating cables here for the elevator. Something very, very Disney's Tower of Terror about that.
We're going down about 180 feet below the power station to the tunnel. First thing you might notice is this really big tube over here. This is what we call a penstock. It's about 10 feet wide and would carry water from the top of the river all the way down towards our turbines. Looking over this way, there's another tube. It's called the drive shaft. That would spin when the turbine spun, and it would turn the generators up above to create electricity. So after that, the water would come all the way down to the bottom. You're going to start to see that here. This is what we call the wheel pit, this rectangular section. This is where the water would sit before going all the way through that tunnel back toward the river. Here we are.
We're gonna take a walk down the tunnel. Just have to stop and take a look at this. This is just pretty darn amazing. There was a time where all the water that would be used up top for generation of electricity would run down this tunnel and then dump out into the river at the end. We're going to experience the travel of this water now. I like to stay back and make it seem like I've got the whole tunnel to myself. They said it was quite a bit of a walk, and I believe them. Look at this. Look at it. It's amazing. All this tunnel. So cool. It's the little things in life that amuse me. I think we're about to, ooh, feeling the wind picking up here. Definitely feeling the wind. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Ooh, it's very windy. I can't imagine the engineering feat that it took to build this. Look at it. This is very cool. I'm wondering if this is something they should be concerned about. Look at this leaking water coming out of the wall. Yeah. I'm sure it's okay. I always like to point this out, and I'm gonna point it out here. These are all bricks. So that means somebody hand laid every single one of these bricks. Now, I've been walking for the better part of 7 or 8 minutes down this tunnel, and I don't even think I've reached the halfway point, but yeah, can you imagine the fact that somebody laid all these bricks incredible. I'm guessing we're getting close to the end here because we're starting to see more people, and I think I hear the rumble of the falls. So I'm thinking we're going to be seeing daylight right about now. I think we've reached the end of the tunnel. Oh, this is very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, I think... Why do I feel like Dorothy going to see the wizard right now? But this is the grand reveal right here. And here we go. Look at this. Just look at this. That is freaking amazing. Look at how close we are to the bottom of the Canadian Horseshoe. Only on the Maid of the Mist have I gotten this close to the falls, because this is the tunnel. There's the top of the gorge. Look at this. Just look at this. That's where I was filming from before, right there. Oh man. Here we go, grand reveal, rocks, falls, more falls. So cool. I'm just so awestruck right now. There's the American Falls over there and the Cave of the Winds tour. And there's one of the hornblower ships. Look at that. Totally. I'm going to step out so some other people can get some pictures, but this is very cool. Let's zoom in. I can catch just a little corner of the Horseshoe Falls right there. I always think it's so cool to watch these ships go up against the current of the falls. You know, they're like almost full throttle to just keep that thing stationary against the current. Incredible. I want to get one last shot of the top of the Horseshoe before I head up. Doing a little time lapse right here, real quick. This is amazing, but I think it's time for me to make that long walk through the tunnel and back up to the surface. My car is like, I don't know, 300 feet away from this observation deck here, so I have to basically go all the way there, cross the bridge, back over there after going through this 1,200-foot tunnel. So definitely getting my steps in today. There's everybody up at the top of the gorge. Time to head back in. This was very, very cool. I'm gonna stop and look at these gates here. It's like they would allow water out, but not anything in. Pretty intense. Finally got the confirmation. It's 2,200 linear feet from end to end on this tunnel. So it's a long walk, but what a cool experience. I have to say, I love doing new things here at the falls. Just when you think you've covered it all, they come up with something like this. So very amazing, very happy. Come check it out, Niagara Falls, Canada. And now we've reached the end where we take the elevator up, go back to the surface. That was the Niagara Park Power Station and the tunnel. Very cool. Overall, I have to say, it was a very, very cool experience. It was really neat walking that tunnel, but it's very, very long. So if you come here, make sure you wear comfortable shoes. But if you're in the area, definitely do stop by and check this out. I give it my high recommendation to see this. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I really enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. I have more videos coming very, very soon. Till then, signing off from Niagara Falls, Ontario. Bye-bye. In the tunnel, underground. Very cool.